Hey everybody, I wanted to go ahead and do a quick event guide because there's actually quite a few events that are going to be leaving today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with Title Festivities. Now this one's pretty simple, so all you need to do is just press the proceed button on each of these windows. We press the first one, we're just going to be able to see a couple videos showcasing Zani, also just the patch itself. You get a preview of the events that we're going to be having this patch, and some of the optimizations that they added this patch. The second tab allows you to get a recap of all the things that you've done over the past year. Then we have some more anniversary gifts, to where in about 11 days we're going to be able to collect some more roles. So if you are trying to get Zani but you ran out of roles, do note that right before she leaves, we're going to be able to get another 10. Then we have one of the premier events for this patch, which is going to be a permanent event moving forward. So it could be something that we're able to do weekly or monthly and just helping us get more rewards in the game. This right here are the standard rewards that you can get while doing this event. Also, there's going to be challenges that you do during this event to where you're going to be able to get some more things to help out your characters. But the biggest thing is, of course, the limited time rewards, to where you get a lot of asterite and a lot of materials. So you want to make sure that you start working on this, because this does last 30 days, but it could be a pretty long event because you have to do quite a few things. You have to fight a lot of enemies, and you have to gather up certain echoes to eventually get through this whole event. So you might not want to try to wait till the very last day. And to unlock it, all you have to do is just go through a short story. It should take you about 10 minutes, to where it's just going to give you a tutorial run, so that way you can know what to do. Next, we have the Monopoly event, to where you want to make sure that you're doing this daily, plus getting your weekly things. Because what you do are you have daily tasks, one where you just log in the game and you knock out your activity book, so that way you can collect dice. You also have your weekly tasks, one of them being the 1,000 gateways, to where you can get 5 rows. The reason why you're trying to get rows, once you go into this world, you're going to be able to get to certain levels. Now, as you see, currently I'm on round 7. We're trying to get to round 12. That way we can unlock the glider. So if you're one of the people that tend to wait to do these events at the very end, you could be missing out on a lot of rows and you might not have enough to get the glider. So make sure that you are at least doing all the daily events, and then you can just roll these dice at the very end. Next, we have the Gilded Night Market. So what you're trying to do is get this currency so that way you can buy all the materials in the shop. And in this shop are quite a lot of really good materials. So you want to make sure that you're taking note of what you can do to try to get as much currency as humanly possible. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we need to get this currency. The way that everyone is going to be able to get currency is by doing tasks during this patch. So you want to make sure that you take a look at this, see what you can do, so that way you can get as much currency as possible. Now, the other way to where you can get a lot of coins is if you do plan to roll on certain characters. As you see right here, I rolled on Zani, so I got quite a bit of points just due to the fact that I was rolling. This is the same for when you roll on weapons. Since I got her weapon as well, I also got quite a bit of points as well. This is also the same when it comes to her weapon. Since I rolled for her weapon, I also got an additional points as well. So now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the best things to get in the shop, just in case if you don't find yourself getting enough coins if you don't plan to spend money in the game. So your top priority, of course, are free rolls. After that, I would take a look at this weekly supply pack, because these are weekly boss materials, and if you want to buy all of these, it's going to cost you 1,000. After that, you can consider getting echo experience, because you already know how hard it is to level up echoes. Then after that, I would go after the skill materials, so that way you have to use less wave plates to level up your characters. Or you could consider getting the new modifier, allowing us to change the stats on echoes, which is also something that can save you a lot of time since you have a free stat changer. And the last thing that I would go for are tuners. Then we have another Scales of the Past event, where you simply just need to do a quick quest to where you can go ahead and unlock this section. You click on Scales of the Past, you're going to be able to see where you're currently at in this event. After doing the first event, you're going to go ahead and unlock this first memory, and you're going to be able to get some rewards. So just make sure you knock this out before the end of the patch. These are usually very quick to do, and you can really knock it out in maybe like 20 minutes. Then we have our login event. You just want to make sure that you log in for 7 days straight. That way you get all the rewards. We have the friendship event, to where if you invite friends back to the game, you're going to be able to get some additional rewards, or you could try to make some alternative accounts. The biggest event that a lot of people might have forgot about is Whimpering Wastes. This is usually an event that you basically have like 30 days to do. Well, guess what? Today is the last day to do this before it resets. So if you have not done this and you procrastinated like I did, make sure you knock this out before the day is over. The reason being is that you get a lot of materials plus a lot of asteroids. So you want to make sure that you do not forget to do this event. Which brings us to our weekly event, 1000 Gateways, to where if you have not done this week, make sure that you do that as well, because this is also another way to get some easy asteroid. And if you have not already knocked out Zani's companion story, you could go ahead and do that if you really need some extra asteroid. But the nice thing about these is that there is no time limit, so you can knock these out whenever you want to. But what does have a time limit are the trials. Now, this is going to last as long as Zani's patch is up. So you have a little over 10 days to go ahead and knock out this trial. So make sure that you do that. And if you do plan to roll on Zani, be sure to check out my video to where I discuss her kit, teams, and rotations, so that way you know everything that you need to know before you roll. And like every patch, we have a new tactical hologram to where you can get even more rewards. So be sure to at least check that out so that way you can get some additional rewards. And the last thing is the hazard zone. Now we have a little less than 15 days, so you do have time to go ahead and knock this out. But if you're someone like me, you might forget about it. So if you're going to go through and knock out all these events anyway, you might want to just go ahead and knock this out as well. And the last thing that you want to remember are your weekly bosses. Remember that you have 3 attempts each week, so you want to make sure that you're always doing your weekly bosses. And if you plan to get the new character Chacona, I suggest that you go after the Will of Broken Faith. That way you can get this boss mat, which you're going to need to level her up. To where if you do plan to get Cardathea, most likely I feel like she's going to be like a Zani situation, to where it's going to be recommended that you get her support character, like how Phoebe is to Zani. I feel like Chacona is going to be to Cardathea. So just something to keep in mind. But with that, you should know everything that you need to try to knock out before the day is over. So let me just go ahead and finish this by mentioning a few things that I plan to do for the channel. I'm going to try my best to come out with at least one video a week. The main way that I'm going to be doing that is of course with character guides that I've already been doing. I'm going to be trying to come up with weekly guides / event guides, which I'm currently doing right now. And I'm also going to try to do some preparation guides, as well as a few other things on the channel. But if there's certain things that you want me to do personally for the channel, let me know down in the comments, and I will try to do it. But with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I would greatly appreciate a like so that way it can spread more on YouTube. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys later.